Now you have to put on your headphones so you can be able to. I exactly.
Yes, we are Lasu, we are great. It's time for that favorite show, Lasu Icon, on Lasu Radio 95.7 FM, your lively and solidly unique campus radio station. Yeah, it's time for us to have that show once again. Our guest on the show today is a lecturer, an erudite scholar from the Mathematics Department, Lagos State University. She recently graduated as the overall best doctoral student in mathematics at the University of Lagos. She holds the Yeye Ige chieftaincy title at the Akeso Kingdom. She's a woman of excellence. She's the CEO of Brave Arts Mentoring Hub. She's no other person than Dr. Ige Aminat Olawunmi. Thank you so much for joining us on Lasso Icon today.
Thank you for
Yeah, and thanks for representing the female gender, in a positive way. For always, somebody's already.
You're silently calling me a feminist.
No, you're not a feminist.
Why don't you want to say I'm a feminist? I'm not denying that I'm one anyway.
All right, thanks for coming to the show. How do you feel today?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Thanks for having me. You said yogi.
Okay, what's the right?
Okay.
Okay, yes.
And I also used to correct that notion when people say overall best thesis in mathematics. I think that award was a 3-in-1. It was overall best in mathematics, overall best in science, and overall best in the whole university. It's just safe to say overall best in the universities and just forget about the department and faculty.
All right, Ma. Thanks for the correction. And speaking about that feat, when it was everywhere, and one thing I was really happy about is that we have our product at Lagos State University making waves, even in other clients. So now, and another thing, the first thing I would like to ask is, as a woman, having been able to achieve that great feat, I know it's not something easy, and you have to combine career, family, a whole lot of things. So my first question is, what can you say contributed to you achieving that feat?
Well, like I always say, whatever you commit into the hands of God, consider it done. So you need to put in your own human efforts. However, as long as you say God, you have this, consider it done. And then the other thing is determination then, which is now your human effort. I think because I said I want it, I want to do it, good, I want it, and now I want to do it, then I want to put in the work. And yes, as a family woman, even though then I only had my daughter to contend with, so sometimes we go to class together and come back, everything. But I think by and large is the determination to do anything that makes it work by the mercy of God.
All right, thanks for that, Ma. So away from that, let's look at the course itself. If it's just one random course like that, people would. So looking at the course itself, mathematics, how did you do it? Why mathematics? So at what point, my question is, at what point did you discover that you had passion for that field? How did you discover it?
Well, I first want to say that no course is random anyway.
Okay.
No course is random because I don't think I would have a first class in Yoruba if I start Yoruba today. I don't know because it's that thick. However, yes, I agree that math is something else. I know. So when did I discover the passion? I think, well, I was young, but right from primary school, you hear your teacher saying that, if it is math, Aminat, if it is math, Aminat. Then in secondary school, it then happens that your teachers are like, if it is math. Although there was, my teachers were divided in secondary school. I cast the school news. I go for the school literary competitions, debate, and everything. So my teachers were divided. So like, when it comes to communication, she is. But my science teachers were like, no, maths, there she is. But then I realized that I love the maths. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do something around maths in the university, that helps facilitate ease of access, ease of reading, ease of study on campus than we had then. And there is internet. So then my time, I think even in fact the telephone just came. We just add GSM in Nigeria during my time. It was just starting off, so not everybody even has one. There was no internet like that. So, and Lasu is catching on all the technologies now. So, though there was also the other side of Lasu there that was fun and scary, and it's no longer so. So the Aluta spirit was very high then. So as much as it sometimes poses danger, but our students, we enjoyed it. It was like street life, like yeah, we're there. But now I just look at them like, look how you behave like as if you're in secondary school, you know. So there's a big difference. And if it is about when I started the job, and now I'll say year on year, the university has improved tremendously. Every year it gets better. Every year it gets better. And I see myself working in the university. Yes, when I graduated, I wanted to work in the university. In fact, I was almost starting off, but God had other plans, and then brought me back again.
All right, Ma. So how about like the student life? You know, for young people now, some people, like I've heard some of our lecturers saying just like what you said, that last week then we knew how it was, so you guys are enjoying and everything. So what's your advice for those kind of students?
Like the students now?
Yes.
In terms of social life?
Both social life, academic excellence. Okay,
what I would say is that I'm a very young person, I'm very cool. Well, I always tell people that I don't think the cool things does it. Like you need to have a balance, a blend. You know, if you're very brilliant, you're an A student, you need to know a bit of what is happening on the streets. So I tell my students in class that, say, look at that guy that is jumping around, doing union activities, is out there, is the one who knows the greatest kit makers, is the one with people in all his own ear, and you think he's finishing with a third class or two, and you're looking at him like, who is this person? He can easily find a balance between what you have and what he has later in the future than you. And you can get to a point where you have all the certificates and everything, but then you now need the town, you need the network to be able to put what you have, to work. And then he has the network, but you pushed him or her aside. So just find a balance. Keep your eyes on the ball, know what you're doing, but find a way to plug in those things that you may not need now, but you will need them later.
All right, thank you, Ma. So let's talk about some people that would like to also, go into mathematics. There are so many people, and even if I want to do head count of people in this room, do you know mathematics? Why didn't you what happened at what point? So for so many people, they knew that they are aware that mathematics is very, very important. But the thing is, they don't know mathematics. So do you think it's too late for someone like that? Or can you talk about, also speaking on the significance, why do you think it's important?
Okay, so if the person is already an undergraduate studying another course, can the person decide to study mathematics? If you know math has always been fun for you, that you enjoyed it, at the point where you're already an undergraduate studying another course, you can, because you had passion for it, earlier on. So the person is just thinking of coming to the university, and you're like, maths, I like it. You just have to build on it. I know we have a foundational problem with people who teach mathematics. In fact, we are really suffering as lecturers in the university. Pardon me to say that, because when you don't have good maths teachers as primary and secondary, they come to campus and they're like, come, how did they have anyone in maths and you don't even know simultaneous equation? So, but if you have a good teacher and you have passion for it, maths is a spirit, I used to say. So you have to let the spirit enter you. And how do you invite that spirit is never to leave maths. So I used to tell people that mathematics is a jealous boyfriend. You leave mathematics for one day, mathematics is going to, keep mathematics with you for 1 week. So every day, make sure you pick something, mathematics, practice, and then they're there. So it's not so hard.
All right, so thank you, Ma. How do you stay motivated? What are those things, those values, or should I use values? What are those principles that you imbibe that you can say that's what is actually making you there? So can you speak?
Okay, so how do I stay motivated? I look at the world, and I know that I was not here by mistake. There's a reason As in, God didn't just say, just go and farms and come back. There is a reason. And I don't have that reason written on my palms. I have to figure it out. And I believe that what we do every day, the interactions we have, really have something to do with our purpose. So only if we calm down, look inward, and try to draw a circle around it. So because I know I have a purpose, I am motivated to continue to do well, to do what I know how to do well. Look at the world, I need to make an impact. You know, today there are many people who say, it was because of you that I did, it was because of you. And I'm just like, hey, this is me saying I am alive. It does not make sense if I'm alive, I'm here, and nobody is getting better because of me. Nobody is getting happier because of me, you know. So that motivates me. It motivates me. The joy that radiates, the success that people achieve through, you know, my own success is something that makes me happy. Like, so one day I will not be around and people will mention my name, that because of me there are this, and then they will carry it forward, and then the world becomes better at the end.
Thank you, ma. So can you, because I'm aware you have an initiative in mentoring hub.
Okay.
So can you just speak about it?
Brave Arts Mentoring Hub. So Brave Arts. Initially, that was not the name on the solo. I've been doing it, but during my PhD, I was I wanted to pay more attention to mathematics. But after the PhD, I launched officially. And why did I call it Brave Arts? So many people know the story of the PhD mathematics. So many people know of some of my other awards, some of my other achievements. But many people don't know the pain in the background. So during my convocation, I let out some of, you know, people just see the results. I let out some of the challenges I had or I've had in the past or had during the program. Even though people got teary, they were like, they were crying, they did, and I was like, okay, what if I was to say the whole story? Because people who are really, really close to me knows that that's just about 30% of the story. And, you know, I was like, okay. So some people were like, so how did you do it? So it was funny. There were people coming and they were like, just check me, just hold me. I was like, come, I'm not Jesus. You should calm down. So it was so funny, and and that was where I felt, okay, I am going to put another name to this thing I've been doing solo, and I'm going to make it public, and I'm going to name it Brave Arts, because majority of those challenges I overcame them by the spirit of brevity, by being brave. You know, you can imagine when you are on the table and the surgeons are like, we don't know how it's going to go, will your mom sign, or who's going to sign? I'm like, I'm still talking, bring this and let me sign. Doctor, don't worry, I will not die. Don't cut anything wrongly. And I'm playing, and I'm like, and then right there, I'm recuperating, I can't even stand up yet, and I'm already asking for a paper. What do you want to write? Well, I want to write the project I want to do next year, and I like project. So, you know, it takes God's grace, and then it takes, you know, brevity. Like, so I decided to name it Brave. I was like, okay, I have it already. I can, if yours is not at my level, I can give you part of my heart. I can, you know, duplicate my brevity in so many other people, so that we're brave and they will overcome these challenges together. And that's what I do. I mentor people to rise, to soar above their challenges, to continue to win even in the face of obstacles.
All right, thank you so much for, you know, you've actually dished out a lot of experiences. You've spoken about several things. We'll quickly go on a short break. So when we are back, we'll just wrap up. So this is Lasu Icon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Alright, welcome back. This is still Lasu Icon on Lasu Radio 95.7, and our guest on the show today is Dr. Aminat Olawunmi. Yeah, so she's a lecturer from the Department of Mathematics, Lagos State University, and she has been doing a lot when it comes to mentoring, you know, a lot of people, and also that's why we have her on the show. So thank you so much for coming. So, you know, we've asked a lot of questions, and it's been an interesting one so far, and I would like to ask that, you know, I know it's not just about work. You also have how you unwind, those things you relax with. So can you just share some of it with us? So it's not for some people that are listening to us and their own is work, work, work. So maybe they can learn from it that it's not just about work, work. So there's also time for relaxation. So how do you unwind?
Okay, though it's it's difficult. It's difficult for my Bashanian to unwind, but I used to have people that say you can always find some time in between. Even though the way I unwind is actually work again. So when I'm deep into mathematics, I unwind by putting mathematics aside. I go into my inbox. In my DM, I get tens of messages daily. So I just go there, I read people's story. I've read someone's story this morning and I was like, wow. I wish I could order from the phone. So I just go there to read their stories, to give them shoulders here, to cry on, to tell them what they can do in some situations. That's where I unwind. Then, I think my husband unwinds by, he likes watching movies. So I just felt at some point that, okay, I can start. So whenever he's watching movies, I will just intentionally shut down my sister and like, let's see what they're watching, and then that's where I love bonding with my family. So not like we go out so much, but in the house we're all catching fun together. Then I do what they do, so they help me to unwind literally.
Okay. All right, thank you, Ma. So for especially the female gender, for young girls, there are some young girls now that they believe, we're gone at the days where we had the notion of, a woman has to be in the kitchen, all those things. Things are changing, and you're a great example of a woman pushing frontiers of excellence, doing well in her field. So what's the word you have for young girls and young women listening to the show?
Well, to the young women out there, there's a woman's place. It's a woman's place, the kitchen. The kitchen is actually the woman's place, but it's not where the woman belongs. Or how do I put it? The kitchen is yours. But does not mean that you are the one who should turn every amala, who should make every soup, who should make. No, you can work smart. You can work smart, and I tell women that if you leave your dreams unchased, in the future is either your children ask you, "Mommy, what were you doing? You said that woman on TV yesterday was your classmate. What were you doing when she was achieving all that?" If you say, "Oh, I left my dreams because of my husband, that was what he wanted, that was the way to," I tell women that man is eventually going to marry that woman who did not live her own dreams, because eventually you just be there. There won't be anything spectacular about in the end. So find a balance. How do you find a balance? Don't lose your dreams. Chase your dreams. Then, with God help, pray, and also, open your eyes wide. Get a man that aligns with that dreams. So if he supports your dream, then it makes it easier. That means when the kitchen is there'll be food in that kitchen without you going to cook all the time. So it's interesting to cook for your husband is fun, but you don't have to do it at the expense of your career sometimes. You understand? Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, so I know the male gender are like, oh, we are jealous. so what's your final words for our listeners on the show?
Okay, the male gender should not be jealous, because in actresses they are our king. Yeah. So regardless of what you achieve as a woman, see, forget about whatever anybody is telling you out there. You still feel incomplete without the man. No matter how much your mom, yourself, anybody tells you are so beautiful, you are so brilliant, it's flat in your ears. But let a man say, "Oh, fine girl." There's a way you go, "Oh, we love when men praise us. We love when men do this. We love when." In fact, if you have £1 billion and a man gives you 100,000, that 100,000 you feel like framing it. So in the end, the men are king. And when they support us, that's where we do better. We can always do well, but when a man supports you, do better. So to the men out there, we love you. Your fathers, our husbands, our kings, our sons. Yes, we make our world complete. So to the youth generally out there, please, let's be the leaders of tomorrow. Truly, let's be the true future leaders. I told somebody this morning at an event that I'm worried about some set of youth, that it seems some set of youth the outlook is as if we are going to even be worse than the old leaders that we are even condemning now. So we shouldn't make it so. We should be true future leaders of tomorrow, so that our own children don't come to condemn us as well, and then the condemnation goes round like that. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And to our wonderful listeners, thank you so much for joining us on this episode. So join us next week, same time on Lasu Radio 95.7. Bye for now.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Team, I'm supposed to be one of the teams. Thank you so much.
You know I'll be later.
Yes, ma'am.
Who took picture? Who took my picture? Somebody take.
No.
I can record me.
I went to
You need to zoom. You can't zoom with it. I'll show you. You want to zoom?